Welcome to Inside the Film Room. I'm Kristen Ergel alongside head football coach Will Healy. The Governors defeat Eastern Illinois 28-13. Coach, your team was the first team in Governor history to win 7 games in the OVC. What was it like celebrating with your team after the game?
Well, I don't know how excited my wife was, the fact that I took my shirt off, but I know Chris Laskowski was proud at how much definition he's been able to help me with. But that's what you look forward to. I think that group has so much fun together, and they obviously have had a lot of fun enjoying the success we've had. But it's a special time. I can't wait to get off the field and go in there and celebrate with those guys. But Saturday was extra special. Your last guaranteed home game, and for us to do what we did when those stakes were on the line, I thought was amazing, and shows a lot about the character of those kids, that they were able to handle the moment and come out with a big win on Saturday.
As a team, you watched the FCS playoff selection show. I think the ESPN analysts were as surprised as we were to find out that Austin Peay was left out of the playoffs. What did you tell your team afterwards?
I don't know if there's the perfect thing you can say in that situation.
But I don't have a regret.
I told Emily, I think that's the hardest 30 minutes I've ever had of coaching. Obviously, what we had happen a year ago was an extended period of time. But that time, looking at those kids fully expecting to be in, and having to look at those seniors and know that they've played their last football game at Austin Peay, and I felt like they did everything they needed to do to continue to move forward, and we fully expected to be playing this week, was tough. No, there is no doubt about it. And so you go through the range of emotions from you're angry, you're frustrated, and as it goes on, you start to think about, wow, we're sitting in that room the Sunday after the season's over with talking about we're frustrated we didn't make the NCAA playoffs, where you go from the meetings you had before camp where you're talking about we need to win a game and break the streak. Amazing year. As you continue to remove yourself from it, you realize how special that group of kids were and how difficult it would ever be to replicate what you just did. And a special experience, so rewarding. Just a unique group of people that was involved all year long, and Sunday was tough, but it will never define what our season was about.
Let's talk about the game specifically. Offensively, there's a lot you could talk about. You kept EIU's offense off the field by controlling the clock. You doubled EIU's time of possession. To what do you attribute that success?
Well, running the football and controlling the line of scrimmage was a big part of our game plan, and thought we were able to do that. I think their defensive line is very good. I knew they were physical. I knew it would be a tough defense to move the ball against, but we ran the ball effectively. We didn't have a turnover until the end of the game there, so we were able to win the turnover battle. With the weather and that sideways rain that was coming in, it was a difficult. You felt like you were having to run as fast as you could to just move into that wind. But I thought we did a good job moving the ball. We stayed, especially in the second half. We were a little bit more consistent. We were disciplined, and our backs, I thought, ran the ball really hard.
Defensively, they set the tone early in the game with a turnover, 3 on the day. What stood out to you?
Those kids played great all year long. I think that the defensive improvement was off the charts. And again, I was hoping that we would make the same defensive improvements in year 2 that we made offensively in year 1, and then would be able to keep up what we did offensively. But creating the 3 turnovers on Saturday was enormous. That's a team that usually does not turn the football over. And we created extra possessions, which showed up in the time of possession statistics. So I thought our defense played great. The first half I thought we missed a couple tackles, and we looked like that we were trying to strip the ball instead of tackle the ball carrier. And in the second half we got back to our fundamentals, and I think until the last drive they had 6 yards of total offense in the second half. So impressive day by our defense.